Welcome to Right Gamer. My name's Kevin. Today's episode, I'm going to give you my initial thoughts into Tears of the Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I hope you'll stick around, subscribe, hit that bell if you solemnly desire. You can also hit that like or the dislike. Whatever, whatever your mood is, you go ahead and do it, ladies and gentlemen. You could also flip me off and be like, fuck this guy, I'm leaving this video, and go watch something more entertaining. That's fine as well, because that's the reality of life. Anyway, if you enjoyed Breath of the Wild, will you enjoy Tears of the Kingdom? Yes. If you did not enjoy Breath of the Wild, will you enjoy Tears of the Kingdom? No. If I had to describe the two games in the most simplistic way, same toilet, slightly different shit. New characters, new story, new areas to explore, from caves to a sky area. It also, for the most part, this is a grain of salt because I just got down to Hyrule and was a little worried about, I don't know, seeing the literal same shit I already saw in the previous game. But I did come across a new structure that was not in Hyrule. In fact, I'm kind of waiting. I want to go to the town that you helped build in Breath of the Wild to see if they expanded upon that town, if they made it bigger, made it look different from Breath of the Wild, because that's the kind of thing that just the Hyrule Kingdom needs. It needs new structures, new, not just caves, because that is a thing, but it needs new structures to make the exploration of Hyrule different outside of, oh hey, there's a cave over there. That totally was not in Breath of the Wild. Shrines do come back. I like the redesign of the shrines. And when I say this, I mean the outside of the shrine. They're not just like, oh hey, we're going to do shrines again. We're going to use the same model and textures from Breath of the Wild. They look different. However, a shrine is still a shrine from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. The only difference is the abilities you use to complete those shrines. Korok seeds make their way back. Hopefully there isn't 900 of them. That was objectively fucking stupid. One thing I did like, even though it's still kind of a mundane task, because exploring Breath of the Wild, finding a rock to lift up, shooting targets to get a Korok, to give you a Korok seed, kind of became mundane after a while. I did come across in Tears of the Kingdom where I can see this is going to be something that's also repetitive because I ran into it twice. We come across a Korok who's wearing a backpack. He can't find his friend. He also apparently can't fucking walk anywhere. So I'm not really sure how he got where he was if his backpack is too fucking big for him and his feet can't even touch the ground. But I digress. Semantics, technicalities, shit Nintendo developers don't think of because I don't know why. Anyway, you have to basically take him, move him to a different location where his friend is, usually not that far away. He'll give you 2 Korok seeds. I was like, alright, that's a bit of fresh air. And then I ran into another one and I was like, okay, so this is going to repeat itself. So we're probably going to have to do a lot of the stupid shit in Breath of the Wild when it comes to finding Korok seeds, because apparently there are people in Nintendo that don't have an imagination. And overall, I'm enjoying the game. But we're going to take that with a grain of salt because who knows? Is it a masterpiece? You know, the thing that I've taken notice of when it comes to Zelda games, like you look at Skyward Sword, that was highly rated, 10 out of 10, perfect game. Breath of the Wild, 10 out of 10, perfect game. And we're seeing it with Tears of the Kingdom, 10 out of 10, perfect game. To which no game is fucking perfect. That's just an objective fact. But it has its flaws within of itself. If you didn't like the first, you're not going to like the second. If you did, you will. And there's also going to be a mixed bag. People in between that vary circumference. Also, the reason why I mentioned the fans and the fanboys is because I came across someone else doing their own initial thoughts video. Someone in the comments was voicing their concerns about how Tears of the Kingdom just kind of looks like Breath of the Wild. It really didn't interest them. They found it difficult in some areas, so on and such forth. Someone came in, they're like, oh no, this game is great. They massively improved. No, shut up. You're being dishonest. You're being disingenuous, all right? People need to understand that just because you like something, it is not your job to convince other people that they will like something. Number one, you shouldn't be doing that because you objectively cannot say for a fact that they will enjoy what you're claiming. And then if they're dumb enough to listen to you, they've ultimately ended up wasting money because of your own incompetence and arrogance. Like I said, there's a difference between being a fan and a fanboy. To be able to acknowledge the negative things and the criticisms that exist within what you enjoy. I enjoy Breath of the Wild, and there's another YouTuber. His name is Artificial. He also has Twitch, all right? He hasn't done a video because, like me, he vanishes every now and then. But I'm definitely working not to do that anymore, okay? We're going to have a little cohesion on this channel. Make it go somewhere. But he does not really care for Breath of the Wild. And I, as someone who enjoyed Breath of the Wild and am enjoying Tears of the Kingdom, would not sit there and be like, yo, you should try this game. It's way better than Breath of the Wild. It's like, I know him. All right? I don't, like, know him like we go to the bars. We're, like, miles fucking apart. But I know him. From his videos, from his opinion, he's not going to like Tears of the Kingdom. And there's objectively no way that I would ever try to sell him on the fact of playing Tears of the Kingdom. That is disingenuous and dishonest. Or technically it would be disingenuous and dishonest of me to do such a thing. Not only to him, but to anyone who did not like Breath of the Wild. That's my quick thoughts on, initial thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom. Will I do an update video to this, like a final thoughts? More than likely I will. I also have plans to do an initial thoughts. Well, technically I could do a final thoughts on Dead Island 2 because I actually beat it. I beat it with at least one character. I'm going to do initial thoughts on No Man's Sky at some point. They have a new update that came out not too long ago. And it's kind of, yeah, we'll get into that when we get into that. Anyway, my name's Kevin. Hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. And remember, gamers, if you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about some of the bullshit in gaming, you just might be a part of the motherfucking problem.